everybody. Of course, I'm Kaz James, and these are my friends. We're here at Upper Room again. I hope to God you can hear me because everybody won't shut up. But we're about to hear, once again, if you enjoyed it, me speaking again at Upper Room about relationships. So I'll see you guys in a second after this. How many people do you think we have in this room right now? 32. 32? 32. I was like, that's a crazily specific number. But. All right, single Christians ages 18 to 29 years of age, 75 to 80% of them have already had premarital sex. So I would like, maybe this first row, just sit down. Everybody that's standing has already had sex before in their life. All right. Statistic number 2. I would like this row, the back row, to sit down. 42% are currently in a sexual relationship of some kind. So that means I can throw one of these little Nerf darts that freaking Noah was playing with earlier and hit someone that's not a virgin or that is still in a sexual relationship. Y'all can all sit down. That's the reality. You may condemn that, whatever, we all have a past. But I want you guys to understand that these relationships will continue, and more than likely you guys will not be together. Sex makes a relationship last longer than it should. If you didn't have sex, you probably ended it 3 months ago, but y'all are having sex, continue having fun, and y'all are together 8 months down the road, then you leave. Save that for later. Let's go ahead and pull up Genesis 39 for me. And she spoke to Joseph day after day. He would not listen to her, to lie beside her, or to be with her. Look at that. This girl on asked one time, every daggone day, this girl's like, please sleep with me, you handsome devil. And he said no. Holy crap. How many of y'all can say y'all can do that? Don't lie to me. 90% would fail according to this statistic I just read out. Alright. How many of us would actually flee in this situation, male or female? Because I've heard women locker room talk too. You know, it's crazy. That's crazy. I never thought girls talked like that, but I'm like, holy crap. They're worse than guys. How many, according to this statistic, 80% of people would not flee. At least once. Maybe later, let's say 50% just to make it easy. You know, still wouldn't flee. Flip a coin, you'll find that person. But if you're one of those people, it's never too late to start fleeing. Do you think you're better than this girl or what's up here? Joseph, he has his own story in the Bible. You think you're better than him to think you don't have to run, that you can play this game and stay in the house? Most of us do. We say, hey, there's nothing wrong with cuddling. There's nothing wrong with cuddling naked. There's nothing. It don't count if we do such and such. It's real. It's real. Every one of us knows. Like the statistic. Someone in this room has heard this, or they're the ones saying it. Let's go ahead and go to 2 Samuel 11, 1 through 5 ESV. That first one, of course, was going to be stupid. Number 2, stop trying to live in a fantasy and see the reality. When we hear this story, like he should have been out with the troops, whatever. Him being out with the troops had no bearing on whether he wanted to have sex with this lady or not. He saw her. If he saw her after war, he would still see her and want to have sex with her. Does not matter what time period. That is not the point. The point is, he saw her. She was beautiful. He's like, I want to sleep with her. These are strong emotions we have to deal with. But there's going to come a time when you see someone's beautiful. You got to understand, that's when the devil does not come through your strongest area of resistance. He will attack your weakest area. And for a lot of guys, it can't. It's a woman. That's a downfall of a lot of people in Scripture. It's just women. Nothing against them. Because the same thing can be held for men too. It's just part of it. Sheep's and wolf clothing, whatever you want to call it. They will. It's just part of it. You cannot avoid relationships. That's how you and I are here. Two people came together and had a relationship. It's part of it. Let's go to Proverbs. It's number 3. Take off those rose-colored glasses. I've got a few statistics here, and they are, forget the divorce rate, whatever. I'm going to talk about it a little bit deeper. Marrying as non-virgins considerably increases the risk of divorce and the occurrence of unstable marriages. And like I said, nothing is too hard for God. You can turn that around. But if you continue living in that, you're putting yourself at a greater disadvantage for your spouse. So ladies, sorry, let me read this first. I'm getting ahead of myself. For at the window of my house I have looked out through my lattice. This is Solomon. And I have seen among the sinful. I have perceived among the youths a young man lacking sins. It's hard on the men. I told this story last time, and we're still hinging on sex a little bit, but the thing is, it's almost, from what I've seen in the churches I've been in, if you want to sleep with someone, you just go to church and find them. People's clothes come off faster than any I've ever seen. Except when you meet a Christian, male or female, you just got to dig a little deeper to find out who they truly are. At a bar, at least you know what you're getting. Yeah. Face value. But at church, it just comes off. We love God. Oh, somehow we end up in bed together. Oh, grace and mercy. Oh, well, now you're abusing it. You don't understand what grace means. That's lasciviousness. It's taking advantage, abusing grace. Grace is there for when you fall, not so you can, constantly.
That's good, guys.
Yeah. Ladies, the reason I'm telling you guys this is because I've heard it. Don't give it to the first or the next guy that says you're pretty. God Almighty. It's that easy. Guys, if a girl says she's never done anything like this before, or I don't usually do stuff like this, it's a lie. If she's comfortable doing it then, that means she's done it before. Same thing with guys. I'm not picking on ladies. Ladies, you hold a lot of power. Don't get me wrong. You have to slap some guys around. Don't give in to them. They'll come after you. It's like, once you have sex before you're married, and that's a lot of us, it's like you took the lock off the cage of a beast. Now that beast is living outside that cage, growing bigger and bigger the longer you're staying. What do you do if you've unlocked that gate? You're going to have to cut out a lot of stuff. Might not be able to have friends or girls as friends anymore. Or guys. Might just have to start hanging out with the bros or the brodettes. Whatever. But I mean, there's things you got to do. If you want to have a successful walk and not have this one thing nagging at you, you're going to have to do some different things if you've already succumbed to that temptation. I said this earlier, but more than likely the relationships we're in now, which I hope everybody gets married and lives happily ever after, whatever, you know. But 9 times out of 10, you guys will not marry the person you're dating right now. If you're engaged, that still applies. You have an opportunity to be choosy and picky. No withholding whatsoever. Guys, if we cannot be real in church, we might as well go home.
Yep.
If we can't tell the truth in church, just forget about it. Because you can live in your fantasy all your life, be oblivious to everything, and never help anyone.
Yeah.
We got to address the issue. And that is, there's a lot of sex in church. Whenever I talk to people, I used to ask them this. I was like, look, the guy you're with right now, do you see yourself, or girl, whatever, do you see yourself marrying them? If you say no, why the heck are you with them? The Lord showed me something and I want to take it a step further. I was like, did you even pray about the person you're with? Do you even pray about your husband at all? Or you just hope, you're just like, well, it's going to be a surprise. I hope he has brown hair. But if he don't, he'll be my husband. Did you pray about this spouse of yours? A lot of people think that you should date, find out what you like. Well, I just would rather know what's in store by asking the one that knows the future.
Yeah. That's good.
And the one is the only one that knows the future.
Yeah.
Pray about your relationships. Don't just go into them blind, hoping. For guys, you'll save a lot of time and money. For girls, you'll save a lot of heartache. What I want everybody to take away from all this, and this is what I always tell everybody to hinge on. Be at one with the Lord before you ever try to bring a relationship into the mix. If you're not at one with God, everything's going to fail. Period. Because your foundation is not on Him. 2 halves don't make a whole. One whole person in the Lord comes together with one whole person in the Lord. The two become one under the Lord. God instituted marriage, not the government.
That's good.
And then you listen to the Lord in that relationship. Because more than likely, you're getting in a relationship with someone that's had sex before. So now you have to set up boundaries. Alright guys, that was me speaking in Upper Room. Like I said, I'm Cash James. This is Sharpens. These are my buddies, Alex, Leonard, Vic, Victor Oliveira, whatever. Ryan McElrath, Noah Henderson, and Tristan Ball. You guys got anything else to say?
See you.
Peace.